Let's be real. Almost everyone knows someone with an old car just sitting there, right? Collecting dust, taking up space in the driveway. It's such a common headache. So today, we're going to look at a surprisingly simple way to turn that unwanted car into instant cash, and we're going to focus specifically on how to get it done in and around the Williamstown area. Let's dive in.
First up, let's talk about the problem itself. Because having an old, unwanted car isn't just a small thing, it's a genuine frustration for a lot of people. So, does this picture look a little too familiar? That car that's been parked out front or in the garage for months, maybe even years? Yeah, it's not just sitting there quietly, is it? It's a real problem just waiting for a solution. And here are the reasons why it's so annoying, right? It's a total eyesore. And if you try to sell it yourself, oh man, that's a whole other world of hassle. Advertising, people coming over, the back and forth haggling. Then you've got the paperwork, which can be an absolute nightmare, especially if the car isn't even registered. And all this time, it's just sitting there, costing you money.
But what if you could just skip all of that? The hassle, the stress, the waiting. Well, it turns out there's a much simpler and faster way to go. It's a service called Cash for Cars, and the whole idea is brilliant in its simplicity. You have a professional company that comes to you, they buy your car no matter what shape it's in, they pay you cash right then and there, and they tow it away for free. It's pretty much the perfect one-stop solution. And you know, when they say any condition, they are not kidding. Just look at this. We're talking scrap cars, cars that have been damaged in an accident, even cars that are unregistered or completely written off. It doesn't even have to run. Even if it has flood or fire damage, they'll take it. Now, that is a huge difference from trying to sell it privately, right?
Okay, so how does this whole thing actually work? You might be thinking it sounds complicated, but you'd be surprised. It really all just boils down to 4 incredibly simple steps. The whole process is so streamlined. First, you just contact them for a quote. You can do it over the phone or online. Second, you get a quick, fair offer for your car. Third, if you like the offer, you just schedule a pickup time that works for you, and the pickup is free. And finally, this is the best part, you get paid in cash right on the spot. No waiting around, no stress.
So why is this model such a game changer? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. It's because it directly solves all those frustrations we talked about earlier. Let's break down exactly why it's so effective. First and foremost, the money. You can get paid up to $999 for that car you thought was worthless. That is some serious cash that you could have in your pocket, sometimes on the very same day you decide to sell. And here's another huge plus that you have to appreciate. There are 0 hidden fees. Nothing. The towing is free, the car removal is free, the price they quote you is the exact amount of cash you get. That kind of transparency is what makes the whole thing so trustworthy.
I mean, let's just put it side by side. The old way of selling a car can take weeks, even months. You've got advertising costs, strangers coming to your house, so much stress. The Cash for Cars service? It can literally be done the same day with just one phone call and one fair offer. The difference is just night and day.
All right, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually find a service you can trust? Let's make this real and look at an actual example right there in Williamstown. So, for instance, there's a highly rated local business in Williamstown North called FastWay Cash for Cars. And from everything I can see, they're a perfect example of this easy, hassle-free model in action. And hey, you don't have to just take my word for it. Check out what a real customer, Namat Nazari, said in a 5-star review. They talked about getting the best price, the flexibility of the pickup, and how the service was very friendly. I mean, that is exactly the kind of feedback you want to see. And they are genuinely local. They're right there in Williamstown North, but they cover all the surrounding suburbs. So if you're in Altona, Newport, Laverton, or any of these other places on the list, you're all set. And here's something else that's really important. A good service like this doesn't just take your car to a junkyard. They make sure it's disposed of in an eco-friendly way. They recycle parts and materials, which means less waste ends up in a landfill. So you're not just making some cash, you're making a responsible choice too. So after seeing how incredibly simple and beneficial this whole thing is, the question really just becomes, are you ready to finally get rid of that car and get paid for it without any of the usual headaches? If you're thinking, yep, I'm ready, then here's all the info for FastWay Cash for Cars. You can give them a call for an instant quote or just check out their website. It's all right there for you. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Just picture your driveway for a second. Clear, spacious, no more eyesore.
Now, picture having almost $1,000 extra in your pocket. The only question left is, what are you going to do with all of it?